Welcome to the video where I intend to talk about my most inspiring autumn pictures for this season. I hope that it will help me to find my own inspiration to start doing fall season pictures, because honestly recently I have some problems with inspiration. And this first month of autumn, for me it's not about pumpkins, because that's what we color in the end of October, in November. So in this video won't be any pictures for Halloween, which is usually our traditional coloring theme in the end of the autumn season. For me, this first month it's more about beautiful leaves, about various berries or mushrooms, about hedgehogs, about having some good bakery, apple pies, having tea during rainy days outside, spending time with good book or other hobbies, and that's how I tried to find appropriate pictures in my coloring books. Of course, when I think about autumn pictures, my first book is Autumn Charm by Teresa Goodrich. For me, so far it's her best autumn book. I don't think that I need the newest one, because here I have only probably one or two colored pictures. And for now, if I don't want yet to color pumpkins, then my choice would be a picture like this one. As I said, it's more about tea or coffee, good reading, and still some nice autumn leaves and even late flowers. Maybe they are sunflowers, or you can turn them into chrysanthemum. I don't know, but for me that's definitely a very good autumn spirit here. The only thing which I don't like, it's those strange outlining on the maple leaves, similar to how Johanna Basford do double outline for her leaves. But there we have fantasy leaves in childish style. Here, in more realistic picture, for me it's ugly, and I remember how I struggled on previous pictures to mask these central lines and these double lines. But somehow with my Posca pens I will do it. The rest I absolutely love, especially those flowers. And the next one, totally in autumn spirit, it's this country kitchen charm where we have picnic. Already it's okay to have some fire. Yes, now we have very hot weather outside, so when I speak about fire, for me it's difficult now, because we have very hot, extremely hot weather outside. But I know that somewhere in the middle of September weather started to be much colder, and I already can imagine those picnics during evening probably, where you can already have fire together, the whole family, to prepare food. And definitely I can recognize here chrysanthemum flowers and still the last sunflowers. So I intend to turn this one into a perfect autumn picture. In autumn coloring book from Matchstick Mouse, I decided that the most inspiring for me is surprisingly this one. Why? Because we can see here this mouse together with spiders. They starting to learn something. Maybe they learn some letters or digits. I don't know, but that's definitely the beginning of the school season. And for me, even if my school years are 100 years ago, I always feel that in September I want to start learning something new. Definitely now my minds are not in the right spot for it. Maybe that's because of the constant stress, but I will also try to gather my strengths and maybe to resume learning languages, because that's a problem that apart from English, which I try to use here, all the rest of my languages which I started to learn, I don't use them frequently, and of course the level is degrading very very quickly. So maybe it will be inspirational picture for me to remember that September could be a good push, a good time to start learning something, to maybe at least some skills. So that will be my own um, inspirational picture, and of course I intend to color it. They are adorable. Here I don't mind to color spiders. In Matchstick Mouse even spiders are very cute. Here I have gardens and goddesses, and during fall season I enjoy to color leaves in all colors, not only green as I did during spring and summer. Here we can color everything, because here we have a wild grape, here we have oak tree, a lot of berries and flowers in her crown. We can find it on the background, on the foreground. So definitely I can turn it into a very interesting lesson how to find various color combos for the autumn leaves and how to color berries and flowers. I hope that during September I will find time for this harvest elf. Very beautiful. I love her face. I love composition here. Yes, amount of details is frightening, but I do love the style of line art. Very delicate, very elegant. So I hope that I will do it. Apart from berries, fall season for me it's always about mushrooms. So when I looked at Fairy Celebrations by Klara Markova, I think that for me a very inspiring fall picture could be this one, with berries, with mushrooms, and small adorable details like those clothes for elves. I especially love those yeah wild hazelnuts probably. Anyway, when I will color it I will remember how to call them properly. And look at this cute potion bottle. Honestly, first I wanted to do this portraits, because it also could be a fall season, especially the lower part of it. But then somehow I looked at the roof of this building and I decided that first I want to do this one, and then if I still have time, which is not very probable, but still this one will be first and this one will be second. Here I think about using Prismacolors, and here I think about using polychromos pictures. Another great symbol of beginning of the fall season for me is dahlias. Dahlias are probably my favorite flowers. We can find them during the whole August when I have my birthday, so one of the reasons why I love them. And second reason is variety of their colors and shapes. So here in Beautiful Planet by Leila Dewley, I think that we have a couple of perfect dahlia flowers, dahlia compositions. I know that there are dahlias also in Floribunda, but I try to look at this one, at this book, because I really want to start it and I want to test paper. For me, picture on the left is a little bit more interesting because it also has this additional tiny berries, and I do love when in composition we have bigger and smaller filler flowers here. Perfect example of composition. But this one is also really good. Here we have the butterfly and the dragonfly, and I think also the bee. Yeah, quite nice. I didn't notice bee here. I think that we have only two insects here. Anyway, I think that one of them definitely have to be in my autumn list of to color. Another great picture with a lot of leaves, it's from Colorless Kingdom, and we have this elf playing some autumn music and those falling leaves. Yeah, a very nice frame around it, very elegant, and yeah, as usual all people in Chris Ortega books, they have amazingly beautiful faces, beautiful details of the clothes. So of course I wanted to color this elf also. Here in Forest Kingdom it was difficult to select which one I would love to do. Here I have two very inspiring fall pictures. The first, again, because of the oak leaves, because of the berries, they are perfect pair, probably the king and the queen. But as I only recently started to color again in Hannah Carson books, for me it's a little bit frightening to start such a huge spread. And the second picture, which is really amazingly beautiful here, it's this one. So this one is less frightening for me, and it's again about warmth, about fire, about gathering with friends around fire. Very warm, very heartwarming picture. So maybe I think that if I decide to do something from Forest Kingdom, I will start from this one. And yeah, maybe in October I will try to do that spread, because those Forest King and Queen, they are very beautiful. Next, I have my Rhapsody in the Forest. You know that usually I prefer symphony, I prefer minuet, but somehow autumn pictures are much better in Rhapsody. Here we have this amazingly interesting but very frightening spread. I don't know how much time it would take me to color it, but just look at this cute hedgehog and all those mushrooms. The problem is that I don't think that it's possible for me to do only half of the spread, even if I note all pencils which I use for the background. Well, if I start the whole spread, I need to do it from beginning until the end. So I really need a lot of time for it. There is another one, but this one I definitely want to start somewhere in October with all those pumpkins. So there will be difficult choice which one to select. This one is waiting already maybe for 4 years. Each fall season I tell myself that I need to color it. It's so beautiful, so many interesting elements. And then something distracts me, and as usual, I postpone it. And now I noticed this beauty, and again, I'm not sure which one to start. But I hope that very soon I will make my final decision. And finally, the most beautiful fall season pictures I have in Wildflower Folk. Here also choice was extremely difficult, so I have in mind two pictures. This one because of the beautiful leaves, and we have also a little bit of berries. She's forest sprite, very nice and not very intimidating. And the second one, maybe it's more for the October, so when we have stronger wings. I don't know, but here we have a feeling of colder weather, maybe because of the coat she has, but in the same time she has mushrooms, she has sunflowers. So now I need to do my choice between the Last Harvest and Forest Sprite. Both girls are beautiful, and now I need to decide who will be my first lady from a Wildflower Folk. So that's my most inspiring fall season pictures for the beginning of fall season. I know that somewhere in October I will have to look again at all my books and to find myself pictures for Halloween theme, because I do love to color witches, pumpkins. I just don't ready yet to start coloring them. So I want to dedicate September to the leaves, berries, mushrooms, some creatures. Oh, I forgot to show you another book which is always a huge inspiration for me during the fall season, and it's Sagar or Zagner. Maybe here pictures they are not directly connected to the autumn, but many of them have various leaves and nice creatures like hedgehog. So look at this one, very cozy, very beautiful. And I hadn't touched this book for a long time, probably for 2 years. Maybe it's finally a good moment to return to it. I know that colorists created petition for Emily Lindehol Oberg to reprint this book to find another publisher, because this beauty deserves to be published, to be spread about colorists, and I hope with all my heart that this petition will be successful and that we will have another reprint of this beauty. For me, I will keep in mind this very cute hedgehog. It's simple but still adorable. So I hope that maybe I will return to it in September or in beginning of October, because it's a shame that I have such a beauty and I don't color it in it more frequently. Well, finally, that's all. I know that it's already a long list, but when I have all my inspiring books on the shelf near me, it's much easier for me to do plans and to select something for quick coloring. Thank you, and I hope that you also feel inspired for fall season pictures.